Welcome to the next episode of Strong Perspective. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong. I'm here with my brother Damon Armstrong and Jaquari Armstrong. We're here to give you our perspective in the strong way as possible. Welcome, and let's make it happen. Damon, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right.
Good,
I had a scare a couple of days ago, man. Grandbaby. With this COVID thing going around, man. She just got a cold. She done been checked for everything, man. But she was miserable, man, and it broke our hearts, man. So I guess my message is, man, wear a damn mask, man. You know what I'm saying? Wear a damn mask because this shit is affecting babies and all that. And just being scared is a terrifying experience, man.
No doubt. Jaquari, man, how you doing, brother? Hey, everything going well? What you tell us about what's going on in your life?
Everything's cool, man. Trying to get back to some sense of normalcy this week. We had last week we had hail snow 2022 out in Virginia. And it was bad, man. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was just, as far as like the state government in the friggin' tri-state area, nobody was prepared for it, man. Because the day before it was 70 degrees outside. It was a legit 70 degrees outside. And the next day we got 9 inches of freaking snow.
Wow.
I don't know what kind of snow globe bizarro world shit that is, but it's something to be experienced. It really is, man.
Oh yeah.
Jaquari, how far was you from that? Keith, remember that highway, man?
Yeah.
How far you live from that, man?
He lived right off that, man. That was 95.
They was on that mother for 24 hours, man.
Yeah, man, they had to send rescue out there for some of them people, man. They running out of gas and all that.
Yeah.
The tractor trailer, jackknife and just closed off the whole lanes and shit. And people was trapped.
This is my thing as far as that goes. The HOV was clear in both directions. Now in that situation, man, I'm like, it reminds me of a thought I had back when I was a little kid, man. How does a motherfucker get hit by a train?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're in a circumstance and you have everything within your power to correct that circumstance and you don't, whose fault is it when you end up with the shit end of the stick?
You're right.
I would have got on that HOV and fucking just paid a $1 dollar fine. Fuck it.
Look, without hesitation. But see, the thing about it was what is it, Petersburg? That's near you, correct?
That's about Petersburg, about 3 hours from you.
Not Petersburg. What's near you?
Fredericksburg,
Fredericksburg. See, that's where it happened at, but it stretched all the way back to you. So you hit the HOV. People were still
clear
trapped.
sailing. It was clear.
No, it was clear sailing, but they were still trapped because it was at Fredericksburg, and that's when everything stopped. Bro, look, I understand, but you know what we are, and I hate to say it this way, but when it comes to just, being flexible on how we live and where we're going, we're sort of like sheep, man. We got people who sit up there and run out of gas and sitting right by the exit and won't get off on the exit because you can go down 301. You can go down 301 and take you into the middle part of Virginia.
But Keith, but let's talk about why people don't do that though, man. I strongly believe it's because of cancel culture, man. As soon as the first person does it, then then they're gonna have everybody calling them a Karen and all that, and they're not gonna consider the 150, 160 people that's behind them. That's the first person who makes that decision. And nobody wants that scrutiny nowadays, man. Nobody makes that scrutiny.
Listen, and here's the thing. And you and I, the three of us talked about this earlier today. I more or less wanted to belong, right? But then I got to the point where, hold on. When it comes to my own personal well-being, fuck belonging. Now it's what's best for me and my family. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you're doing dumb stuff and you're putting people's lives in danger, now I got a problem with that. But if you're doing that offensive drive and getting the hell off of 95 and trying to do what you got to do, you see what I'm saying? I might not like it, but I understand it. You see what I'm saying? See, people don't know the difference, man. Because when this is my own personal opinion, people don't know the difference when they abandon their humanity. Shout out to you, Damon. They abandon the humanity to say, I got to survive. No, bro, you don't have to abandon your humanity to survive. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of us do. Now, my thing is it because you're taught that way? Or is it your nature? You see what I'm saying? Which one do you guys think?
Well, I think when you're forced to make certain decisions or whatever, and you know, on the onset, when it's looking like it's gonna work out for you, then you just keep on taking another taste, taking another taste. I mean, you know, you look at the example of like government fraud, okay, or you take a school board member or whatever, you know, you might get a couple of kickbacks and nobody ever hears about it, right? But what happens when you continue to take the kickbacks and you get, you know, quote unquote greedy? You know, somebody gonna start paying attention to it, and they're gonna start not liking you for it. But had you stuck to your guns and just, you know, say, well, I'm gonna just hit this lick once or twice, just to keep my head above water. And if shit works too good, then you become a victim of your selfishness.
I got you. You got anything to contribute to that, Damon?
I think, man, it's all about your life experiences, man. When you young, man, and you do some selfish shit, you got parents, man, that's there to say, dude, that was selfish, man. And here's why. You know what I'm saying? They take you through the process. But as you become an older cat, some of your experiences include being shafted by somebody, being played by somebody, you know what I'm saying? Being used by somebody. So when you're old enough, man, you had some experiences where you can say, okay, I've been a victim too. You know what I'm saying? So because I was a victim, do I have empathy? You know what I'm saying? Am I compassionate? Or do you say, you know what, that experience or that pain that I went through was so traumatizing to me that I just believe this is how the world is. So I got to get mine and don't matter. You know what I'm saying? No matter, you know what I'm saying, who you leave in the wake, man. But when it happens to you again, you're going to be the loudest motherfucker crying. Man, can somebody help me? I just got robbed. I just got this and I just got that. You know what I'm saying? But you was the same cat who was at the store previously, and when the woman who worked for minimum wage gave you the wrong amount of change, and you walked out the damn store talking about, man, that's on her. That's on her. You feel what I'm saying? But she make minimum wage, but they taking that out of her check. But for you, that's a win for you. You got over. So
not to cut you off, bro, but the statement "charge it to the game,"
yeah,
it's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. Because everybody I've ever heard use that as soon as the game was charged on them, they could not fucking stand it.
They couldn't stand it.
Each and every goddamn
time. They will fold.
Charge it to the fucking game. What the fuck is you talking about? Charge it to the game, motherfucker. Winning ass motherfucker. You won. Yep. That's why I gotta charge it to the game.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
You're right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dan.
I found some money. I was in the grocery store. I found some money. I think it was like $70 and shit. And when I picked it up, that first impulse was, damn, my lucky day. You understand what I'm saying? But then I realized where the hell I was at. I was in the goddamn grocery store, man. You know what I'm saying? somebody who had that money came in there to do what? Buy food. You feel what I'm saying? So I went, I said, hey, I went to the manager. I said, hey, man, I found this money. It just so happened this old lady was looking for her money. She lost her shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I walked away feeling good about that. How many motherfuckers would have did the same thing, man?
Not many. Yeah. I don't know if you remember or not, Fluky, but I think it was like one of the last times that I ever been to Briarwood Mall. I just cashed my check, and we went into freaking, I don't know what the probably for some reason I vaguely remember Wilson's Leather, and all of a sudden, this little white girl come and tap me up on my back and give me my wallet back with all my money in it. Hey man, look, that one experience, man, changed my whole outlook on my interactions with human beings, period, man. Because up to that point, had I found a wallet with $300 in it, I consider that a blessing. Not considering, I'm just saying, not considering the flip side of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I look, and I'm gonna tell you, I see from both sides, right? And the thing about it is, I've always been the type of person where I was always able to put myself in somebody else's shoes on how I feel about shit. You know what I mean? So if I lost something, I would hope and pray that whoever found it was somebody like me. Like, yo, I found this, keep it here until, just in case somebody come, because that's how I was, right? And then on the flip side, when I moved back to Pittsburgh, after I was done with the Bengals and everything, and I moved back to Pittsburgh to live, right? It was a struggle. It was a comedy of errors, and and Luke, Damon, you can relate to this. I more or less was struggling for the 2 months of the summer, right? And I was down to my last 4 quarters. And I went on bended knees and I said, Lord, I don't know how long I'm gonna stay here. I don't know, but I wanna stay. Can you help me? In so many words, right? It was a little bit more sappier, more tears, and more fear in that prayer. But I'm just gonna condense it down for you. So I got on the phone. I was on the paper. We had payphones then. I'm on the phone with my wife, kid, right? And I'm saying to her, we're gonna be together soon. I'm in Pittsburgh because she's coming back to school. She's home for the summer. She's coming back to Pitt for the summer. And it's 90 degrees. And I'm hot. And I'm walking and I'm like, Lord, I don't know what I'm going to do. Please help me. And I'm walking and I looked down and I saw this clump. And oh, that's money. Now in my mind, you know how we think. We minimize things. If this is a couple dollars, I can get something to eat, right? Mm-hmm. I'll never forget it. It was $69. Nobody in sight. All the way down. Nobody in front of me. Nobody in the side. It was $69. And because if it was somebody in sight, I would have gave it to him. I picked it up and I stood there for 10 minutes. God's honest truth. 10 minutes waiting for somebody to come and get their money. Nobody came.
Can I ask you a question, man?
Yeah.
Was there any ID with it?
No, it was money.
That was God.
That was, I know the Lord will make the way somehow. That was the Lord.
That was the Lord.
I told myself I'm going to wait. And right there was a Kentucky Fried Chicken right across the street from me. Y'all remember where I used to live?
Yeah. That's the chicken fresh?
I went across the street. I spent $5 out of that $69. Got a 6-piece. And when I say I don't remember eating the last piece of that chicken, I was like, whoo, 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 whoo. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. And I'm only saying that to say is this.
Oh my God, man.
Sometimes our blessings come when we don't expect it.
Right.
And when we do expect it.
Right.
Is how much belief that you have, bro. That's it.
Listen, you know man. Yeah, and that's deep, man. That's deep, man. But Spoke reminded me. Spoke reminded me, man. Spoke laughed at that man's face, man. He laughed at that man so goddamn hard. And he was looking at him like, say it again, man.
Look.
But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. You know what popped out, other than my brother having me cracking up laughing at the man, God forgive me. But you know what? What it made me think about? How many Americans walk into a restaurant and ask that question, man?
You're absolutely right. and look, let me explain to the good folks of what we're talking about. I think I was maybe 25 at the time. Both my brothers came up to see me, right? And we stopped at a Kentucky Fried Chicken. We walked in, and we standing in line. It was this Indian gentleman. I'm talking about from the country, India, right? He's standing there. He's in front of us, and he's ordering. Now, by that time, we had been celebrating a little bit because, matter of fact, we came from out of town to meet in Pittsburgh, right? So we're standing in line, feeling great, right? And this man looked at the woman, and she looked at us. First, he looked at us and said, "Hey, how y'all doing?" Right? And we could tell he was Indian. Then he looked at the cashier and said, "I can't do the accent." He said, "Is the chicken fresh?" Right?
He said,
and we was all cool. We was all cool. But then I either looked at Jaquari or I looked at Damon. I said, "What did he say?" And we was done from there.
Jaquari said, he said, go ahead, Spoke.
Is the chicken fresh? Hey, man, yo, you know this is gonna get us canceled in 10 years, right?
I know. But look, we're gonna enjoy this while we can, man. And look, it ain't got nothing to do with that guy. It just threw us off. You know what I mean? Because it just came out of the blue. And what we do as brothers is we find, because our life has been so hard and difficult, we find the humor in our everyday life.
The humor was, he actually asked the damn question. We wasn't going to ask that question. Yeah. That was funny.
As long as I got me some salty, greasy chicken, I ain't getting the shit.
That shit was gonna get ate. Look, but it was a damn good question though.
Hell yeah, because that's how we walked out. I wouldn't ask that question.
Yeah. Is it fresh? Shit. But speaking of laughing at hardship though, man, you know, I tell you like being in Virginia, man, like meeting people and telling them about our childhood, how we grew up or whatever, man. And they figure I always get asked why I laugh at such bad shit or the perception of such bad shit that people had, you know, about how we grew up. And one story I tell is about, our gas situation growing up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you know how, and this is, it's because I live in a couple of different states now, and this is entirely unique to Michigan. Michigan houses, the gas meters on Michigan houses is in the front yard.
Yeah.
Right? So when shit got bad, I would come home, and if I seen that little red lock on the gas on the gas meter, that shit, that dictated my whole evening.
Right.
I'm like, well, shit. I'm so glad we got an electric stove. If I start deafing this motherfucker.
thing about it, man. The reason why we can remember all these things, man, because they were unique to us, man. And plus, they were unique because it was a learning lesson behind it, man. Now you're talking about the gas situation. That's deep, man. When you think about it in its totality, you know what I'm saying? The decisions that had to be made and all that stuff, man. Yeah. That was real, man.
Well, the decision that was given to children, man. Do y'all want the heat or do y'all want toys? Yeah. What other men do you know in your life has ever had to make a motherfucking decision like that as a child?
Yeah. And you know, and the thing about it is just relating to what you just brought up. It was funny because I was the oldest and I was the more
well, you made the right decision though.
No, but that was the funny thing about it. I was the more person like, yo, hey, we gotta sacrifice. Because see, what just to give you guys context, you know, our mother came to us because our gas was out, right? They both worked, but you know, shit happens, man. The gas was off. So my mom came and, you know, because she was always the fearless one with us when it came to making decisions about us. Our dad, you know, he was that dad, like, yo, I want y'all to be comfortable. I want y'all to be happy. You know what I'm saying? So our mom was like, listen. And he had all three, she had all three of us in the living room, right? She said, listen, you have a choice. And it was maybe a week from Christmas. You have a choice to get the gas turned on or to get Christmas presents. Now, you know, in my heart, I'm like, I want the fucking presents.
Right? I want the shit. Yeah, I want all kinds of shiny shit.
But being the oldest and they put responsibility on me, I'm like, and then the fact that I was tired of motherfucking electric heaters all the fucking time, right? I was like, I hate it. But see, here's the thing. I said the gas, right? But I was looking for a miracle, a Christmas miracle. Fuck it, Santa Claus was gonna bring the motherfucking toys. I don't know. Yeah. But I was like, yo, the gas, right? And you know, they didn't ask Jaquari because Jaquari's still a little young guy. Of course, he's gonna pick whatever, right?
Yeah.
My mom asked the two oldest.
The heaters in the shovel, son.
Listen, there it is. And listen, Damon, they said, well, Damon, what do you think? Damon looked, he said, I picked the toys, right? And I looked at him like, my man.
Hey, we was already cold.
I knew I was supposed to say it. I knew I was supposed to say it. You know, but I was like, my man. And my mom looked at him like, and then my dad was like, she said, you know, Mars, we can't take away the boys' Christmas. And talking about us, right? Now I'm still like, oh shit, I got a chance. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was like, look, John. And she, when she talking about father in that tone, he listened. You know what I mean? She said, John.
All bullshit aside.
Yeah, all of that bullshit aside, yo, this got to happen.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And that's what he said. He said, fuck it then. That's exactly what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And
hey, this because you put this, I made the choice I made. Y'all understand this. This been going on for a minute. We was already cold. You understand what I'm saying? And we was making it.
Hey, Keith, what that
we was doing all right. I wanted my bike.
We get the toys and shit, Keith. What was that shit you told me? The heaters in the shovel, son.
The heaters in the motherfucking shovel, man. Let's go.
We get the toys and we'll play up into a hot frenzy, goddamn.
Man, it's crazy how
you know what?
We found the humor in it, man. We found the humor in it at the time. at the time,
Yeah.
in real time. But later on down the line, you understood, man.
You
know what I'm saying? Because because parents usually just make the decision, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just usually make the decision. But our parents was basically like, okay, here's a teacher lesson. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what it was. It was a teacher lesson. And they was always honest about that, man.
They were.
It used to bother me, but I appreciate it when I got older. You put it that way.
When I was a kid, I'm like you. When I was a kid, it bothered the hell out of me, right? But it made me understand what life was actually about, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not the smooth pavement. It's nothing but gravel and bumpy roads, man. It's what life is.
Well,
all right, well, I have a question. You know, since we're on this vein as far as, you know, the struggle, I have a question, and this came up when I was in my barbershop the other day. You know, I love barbershops, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only place that folks are actually respectful enough to hear your opinion. Whether they think you talking dumb shit or not, they listen to your opinion. And the question was posed, would you rather be famous or wealthy? Right? Y'all understand the question, guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go to you first, Jaquari. Which one would you choose and why?
I'd have to choose wealth, man. And I choose wealth because for the simple fact that, I mean, you can be famous for some shitty things.
Mm.
You know, I don't need notoriety for I don't need notoriety for having a bad day. You know, but if I have you know, a bit of financial prosperity, maybe I can stop somebody else from having a bad day.
I can respect that. Damon, what about yourself?
I think, man, for me, I would rather be wealthy without even anybody knowing, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because if you are in a position where you can help somebody just based on your heart and not somebody laying guilt on you or whatever, I think it's more genuine. You know what I'm saying? And I think you won't have any regrets in your decision making. You know what I'm saying? And it's more thought out and it's more meaningful, as opposed to say you hit the big game or the power, you know what I'm saying, or the Powerball or whatever. And then you got people coming out of the woodwork, man, that you ain't seen in 25, 30 years, and friends who say, remember how tight we was, but you really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? What is that? That's stress. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only speculating because I ain't never had that kind of money, but I would rather for my decision, my family and myself making the decision, okay, this is where we're going to help at, this is what we're going to do. And it's genuine. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being guilted or forced into a situation. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with people who got business ideas and investments and all that too. You know what I'm saying? If you hit the Powerball for all that money, it takes time to try to figure that stuff out, man.
Yeah.
You know.
I get it.
It takes time to figure that out and know exactly what you need, financial advisors and all that to do it.
Gotcha. I mean, look, my choice was wealth, just like you guys, right? But see, I look at it from a different angle, right? Because I become wealthy, if it happens instantaneously in Powerball or I built up my wealth through my businesses or anything like that, the way I look at the world is that money is fleeting. I want to hold on to it. I want my family and legacy and down the line, you know, the people in my family, I want them to be comfortable, period. That hands down, right? But one thing about it, and the three of us know, being more comfortable, being well off, right? It changes the way you view the world. And the thing about it is the negative stuff comes in, right? I'll give you an example. I was watching Magic Johnson. This social media thing, it is a lark to me because now all of a sudden we place people's event, like just now. This is a podcast. This is a social thing right here, right? And we're giving you our perspective on things, right? But when it comes to celebrities, these celebrities, people are taking stock in them, right? Everybody loved Magic Johnson. And I heard Magic Johnson, unless Magic Johnson was drinking at the time or he just feeling full of himself, this man said it out loud. He said, hey, I'm a billionaire. If somebody come to me about making millions, why would I listen to him? Why would I listen to him? Now, if that's all you're about, because see, that the point I'm making, I'm trying to bring up is you have to separate identity with your finances, unless you purposely do it. You understand what I'm saying, Chief? Magic's like, oh, I got people, why would I listen to, and I'm paraphrasing, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't give a fuck. But what I saw him, when I listened to him and saw him say was, hey, even if you had a couple millions and you came to me about making a couple millions, why would I listen to that? You know how that sounded to me, man. And there's no judgment on Magic Johnson. It is the attitude of this country that the richer you get, the more that you don't need to be judged by. So this is a billionaire, because I'm assuming Magic is a billionaire, right? And he getting on a social media platform where the majority of people who are there are struggling to pay their monthly bills. And we hear somebody that we looked up to because of basketball, and then later on in business and surviving the AIDS virus, right? It's still living, right? And you're gonna get up there on the snide with a snide. Oh, why would I do that? Now he could have been just talking shit. I mean, because most motherfuckers do if he's feeling comfortable, right? But I'm not gonna judge him for the message, but I feel sorry for the people who took him seriously.
Right, and that's the thing, man. The people who listened to that and it was like, "Oh shit," they thought that was a impressive thing to say. But I will say, man, Magic Johnson is one of the rare brothers I see get on national TV on the big stage and say, "I love my people unconditionally, unapologetically." You understand what I'm saying? And I'm for my people. That's why I open up businesses in the hood and all that stuff. So.
Yeah, but look,
he made that statement, you know what I'm saying? He probably was.
Made that statement, and that's a fair statement. I get that. But then why the freak are you gonna go back and do that to try to make a point?
People had their moments, man. People had their moments.
I get it.
50 Cent said something similar. He didn't put a number on it or anything, but he said, what advantage is there to me listening to somebody that's on my level? Now that's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what I kind of heard when you talked about Magic Johnson. Now,
you can equate
I heard that too. But also, I understood the impact of the statement. You could have easily not said shit, and you still would have made a genuine point. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because what he did was, when he opened up those businesses in the hood, what did he do? Two things that he did. He opened it up to let other people who have money feel comfortable with moving in and going to those businesses. That's what he did, right? Then secondly, he became wealthy from those people in that neighborhood. You know what I mean? Sometimes things are better left unsaid, bro.
Yeah, I can respect that.
That's me. That's all. It ain't got nothing to do with, I'm not dissecting what he said. No, shut the fuck up.
Here's the thing, Keith. You actually heard him speak those words. You have the right to critique him on that, man, especially if it goes against what you thought his nature was, who you thought he was. You understand what I'm saying? If it's a contradiction, then you can speak on it all day. Who gives a fuck about what people think? Yeah. My question is this, man, because see, for a lot of people, man, without them realizing it or not, money is their god. You understand what I'm saying? That's true. If you was to ask yourself a question, right? If you was to ask yourself, I'm talking about all three of us personally. If you was to ask yourself a question, how much money is enough money? You understand what I'm saying? Because having money is a job, man. Yeah. You gotta have a team to help you maintain having all that money. You understand what I'm saying? You ask Wesley Snipes. You feel what I'm saying? This dude went to prison for 2 years because they didn't handle his money right. He a millionaire. So having a whole bunch of money is a job, and it entails a whole lot of responsibility. So I would ask both y'all this question, man. For you personally, with your mindset and your mentality and how you were raised, whatever, how much money is enough money?
Well, I'll speak on it first. The thing about it is the way we was raised and the trial, the ups and downs, it had a lot of highs because, our 5-member unit was tight knit. Mm-hmm. So we whether or not we lacked money, we still had each other, right? But how much money is enough is, for me, is enough where every bill that I have can be paid, and my sons and their children will be good, along with their mother. You understand what I'm saying, T? Living without the anxiety of whether or not something's going to be cut off is enough for me. That's right. Enough.
Right.
I understand the ambition. I understand all that. So it's not like, oh, I'm closing myself off from that. No. Right. What I'm saying to me personally, I know you're asking me personally. That's how I feel personally.
Okay. Because there's a reason why I asked that question. Go ahead, Jaquar.
As far as the number, I couldn't give you a number, man, but my ideal amount of money would be enough for y'all children not to have to work. Because my family is going to be, immaculately taken care of. But, that extension, that Armstrong legacy, man.
Yeah.
Enough money to shore up the Armstrong name, because I don't have any natural children of my own. So y'all kids, I mean, Fluky, shit. Momo and Jake, I mean, they ain't even started yet. We got one Armstrong grandbaby. And I haven't done anything to contribute to that. So if I could position them to have a good enough life, man, where they can, just concentrate on prosperity and lineage, then I think I'd do that.
Gotcha.
This is the reason why I asked the question, man. Because I think about this all the time. When the Powerball or the other joint, man, get to the point where it's like, damn, man, that's some life-changing shit. That's generational stuff, right? What's enough money for me? I'm talking about me personally. I can't speak for my kids. I can't speak for anybody else. But for me, enough money for me is to have the money to pay bills, like he said, and all that stuff. But to allow our families to have time to explore what it is that they really feel in their heart. You understand what I'm saying? Pass or fail. I'm saying, if you got an idea, and I'm not just talking about making money. I mean, you might have an idea in your heart that might change the world. But if you're worrying about bills being paid or you're worrying about all this other stuff, you're not focusing on that. I'm just talking about who you are as an individual person. You're not focusing on that. You're only focusing on, oh, I got to get this money. Be it getting money, the showboat or whatever. That's not focusing on who you are as an individual, because we are all individual people. God's biggest miracle is 7 billion plus people, similar experiences, but we are not the same. You know what I'm saying? God put everybody on this work. God actually put everybody on this earth. If you believe this, he actually put everybody on this earth to change the world. You see what I'm saying? You change, if you think about all the people that people admire, they had an idea or a concept that blew up, that everybody said, damn, they're unique. They're unique because, man, look how unique and special they are. Everybody's special. It's just that person took the time to ignore the bullshit and focused on themselves and say, oh, you know what, this is who I am, and this is what I can contribute to the world. And it just so happened that the world understood that. And they saw that creativeness in it. That's how much money I want to have. I want to have enough money for everybody that I love, that I'm taking care of, have the opportunity to be able to create something, man, from their own personal self. You see what I'm saying? That's how much money I want. I don't know. I can't give you the number, but if I could give you the time to sit back and just, you want to take you a trip to wherever country, and you want to go up in the woods and shit, and you want to contemplate, and you want the world to know who you are, not financially, but who you are as an individual person. That's the kind of money I want.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
You all right, bro?
I don't know, man. Got that. Sitting up strangling off this cold and shit.
You got that booster?
Yeah, I got that shit a month ago.
Oh, cool.
Hey, look, we're allowed to have colds, man. Even though COVID is here, we're allowed to have colds.
Yes, yeah, but it's just scary nonetheless. It's still scary as a motherfucker.
Hey, you about to sit back and put your mask on, bro?
No, I'm like, I'm gonna be sitting. Hey, I'm gonna be in my bed tonight and be like this here. Man, that nigga was coughing, man. Flo, you all right? Hey, Fluke, it's 4:00 in the morning. Don't be calling me with this bullshit. That's me right now.
I just took a COVID.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
Just took a test Monday and shit, so I'm good.
Okay.
It's us 3 left, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, I'm gonna tell you this just for the simple fact of this, man. I love this platform that we're on, because really and truly, what we do is we express how we feel. Now, the 3 of us are some controversial dudes when we want to be. You know what I mean? But when we decided to do this thing, when we decided to come together, you think about it, more or less it was because we wanted to be around each other. This is what it is. You know what I mean? No more, no less. Because we wanted to be around each other. So I'm grateful for both of y'all, and I've had fun. Now, this is the ending of season 1 for us, and we want to thank everyone who's going to contribute to any kind of question, because we're going to address anything that's brought before us. You know what I mean? Because, my brother Fluke, he wanted to be controversial. And all 3 of us, we built for that shit, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying?
I want us to start making enough money so I can start getting high again.
You damn right.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Fuck it.
All right, Well, look, we got a couple minutes, man, left. You know, anything that, we'll start with you, Damon. Anything, like I said, we got a couple minutes left. So is there anything you want to offer, before we go?
I think, man, for me, it's just about, everybody need to take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? We're living in a time, man, where the times is different, man, because we live in a time where you have to care about people, man. You know what I'm saying? It blows my mind how people are just willy-nilly, not being careful, not caring about each other and shit. And it's people dying, and families suffering. And it's a political thing. Wear a goddamn mask, man. Be respectful. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a how can you be in a pandemic and think and be so cavalier and careless about this shit, man? You know what I'm saying? And people just need to have more awareness of that, man. Other people's humanity, put it that way.
Okay. Jawari, so you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about a lot of stuff, man, especially about our childhood and coming up and everything, man. And a layman would be led to believe that we're devastated from events that happened through our childhood. But I mean, it's the simple fact, man, that we could, even if it's just between the three of us, we could have the most robust and aggressive laugh off of hardship, man. It speaks to character, man. It really does. And it speaks to the men that we are today, as far as stepping in, man, and providing help when we need it, where we see it.
Gotcha.
We got some hell of a character, man, for real. And that's the number one thing that I want to be conveyed through this whole podcast thing, man. You can hate me or love me, man, but understand that whenever you deal with me, man, you're gonna get the real deal. And when I'm with y'all, that shit gets amplified tenfold.
That's real.
And look, and the thing I want to add lastly is this: whether or not your interpretation of an alpha personality, might be different from mine. I see an alpha personality. I'm taking it on myself. My own self-definition is somebody who's willing to stand on his own and willing to fight for it, negotiate, convince. Whatever he does, it's going to be on his own metal, his own desire, his own life. You see what I'm saying? I said earlier, I might have said it on this episode, or I said it with my brothers earlier. I wanted to belong with everyone else. So it wasn't like I made a decision that, hey, I want to be an individual. Circumstances pushed me towards understanding that being an individual is more authentic to me, to who I am, the kind of human being that I am, right? So when we go through this life and we're trying to be the best that we could possibly be, one place we need to start at, and this is my opinion, you better start with that person that you see that reflection in the mirror. See, I tell children all the time, I tell my sons, my oldest, and my youngest, learn to love who you are. What kind of person you are. Love you. No matter what hardship that you go through, no matter how easy it was, how difficult it was, if you cannot look yourself in the face and love you, the road is going to be more difficult for you than most, man. It's just what it is. No more, no less. And that's my journey. I'm giving you exactly what I went through. I learned to love who I was. I had a good support system with my two brothers and my mother and father. And they showed me that I could love me. That's it. You see what I'm saying? That's it. I enjoy being with my brothers right now. This is the strong perspective. So we're going to give you what we got. And we're going to continue to give you what we have. And I hope y'all take this ride with us because it's going to be a hell of a ride. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Period. All right, now, like I said, this is the end of season 1, but guess what? Season 2 is just right around the corner. And we're going to start going live, people. So be looking out for our channel. I want y'all to like and subscribe. We're going to give it to you. It's a strong perspective YouTube channel. Look for us, like us, subscribe, and recommend us. Brothers, I love y'all. Y'all got anything else to contribute? Y'all got anything else to contribute before we sign off?
That's it. You know what I'm saying? You pretty much said it, you know. I'm looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, people. Much love. We're going to see you soon.
Peace.